Hello, goodbye, and hello again, and welcome back to Minecraft. And we're doing another texture review today, texture pack review. And this is the second time I'm having to do this texture pack because the first time the audio didn't record for some reason. My microphone just disconnects sometimes and doesn't reconnect, and when that happens, I have to do everything over again. But anyway, so this is Kingdoms, and it is exactly 1,170 mine coins, and I know that because all of the texture packs by this company are. And it's a very highly reviewed pack. It says, discover the wonder of Kingdoms, a 32x resource pack mixing fantasy, medieval mythology, and a touch of steampunk. Bigger resolution with 32 by 32 vibrant and detailed textures. Visual rework of all mobs and incredible detailed models and animations. Yes, this one has custom, geometry, custom 3D model for each mob. And some of the items and stuff as well, like armor. Villagers are turned into deer people, orcs, and even more. And as I saw in my first run through of this texture pack, it seems like the biome determines what kind of villager you're getting. 3D player armor inspired by historical medieval armors. Very cool. And we are going to go ahead and hop right into the world. All right, we are now in our texture display world. Here are some things that grow. I like the trees in this world, in this texture pack. Some kind of going, some of them are pretty similar to the default textures and some of them aren't. Some of them are more, bark-like in nature. Here's the mushrooms and the crops. And the flowers. Lots of pretty flowers. Grasses and such. I don't usually point those out specifically, but there they are. Beehive, beehive and bee, my brain's not working right now. I've already done all of this. Some more trees. There's your azalea tree. Logs, which I think have some pretty cool textures. It's almost like scales. You could do some cool critter builds with like wood, not necessarily logs, but with like the wood that has no top texture. It's just the side texture all around. Planks, very neat. And this texture pack is actually recent enough that it has all of the recent content. At least the 1.20 content is in there. Here's your dirt and sands and gravels. You got some like scattered leaves on this one, which is pretty cool. Sandstone. I like the carved sandstones on this one. Stone and stuff. Polished stones. Cobblestones. You could make a neat walkway out of some of this polished stone. Bricks. Nice, carved, chiseled lettering like elven or dwarven lettering. It is a fantasy pack after all. Stone, bricks, blocks, etc. Some neat examples of block here. I like most of the blocks in this pack. Here's your glass, which frustratingly has these bars across the clear glass, which makes it a little difficult to see some of the mobs that I have in glass enclosures later. But don't worry about that for now. But here's your glass. They've got like, metal inlays and stuff, which is cool. Wool. Concrete powder. And in this one, the concrete powder and the concrete block look dramatically different from each other because the concrete look like bricks. Just different colored bricks. Here's your terracotta. and your glazed terracotta. Always nice to see some custom designs on the glazed terracotta. That one only almost looks like a sword and a shield. Here's your ore. Most of this is pretty readable. You might not see some of these so super well from a distance if you're colorblind like me, like the redstone might blend in a little too much because I don't see the red. Here's your nether ores and your deep slate ores. Is this different on top? Slightly. Okay. Here's amethyst. Your random lonely magma block. And your sponges. Now the sponges are not that different from each other, I don't think. There might be a color difference that I'm not seeing. But the wet sponge and the dry sponge look pretty similar. Here's your light sources, which have kind of an animated custom texture on the tip of the torch. Campfires. Other miscellaneous light sources. I like that this one looks like a Japanese lantern. You could use that in builds. Here's your signs, and since this is fully updated, each of the new signs have a custom texture to them, and a pretty readable font. You know, it's probably the default font, I'm not positive. And the hanging signs, which this was the first time we had a pack that was new enough to actually have hanging sign textures. I mean, it's not a new pack, but it's been updated recently. Monster spawner, fences and gates, dried kelp block, diamond, lapis, gold, emerald, and redstone blocks. Again, some interesting designs. Iron block, raw copper, gold, and iron, and these are kind of like mining crates full of ore instead of just blocks of ore. Lodestones, prismarine, slime block, honey, hay bale, bone block. Careful if you have tryptophobia. Quartz. Tryptophobia is like a fear of holes. Copper. Here's your ladder. Here's the doors, which are very important. Big fan of these doors. A texture pack can live or die based on its doors, in my opinion, sometimes. I especially like this one. I guess that's the iron door. Trap doors. Very cool. There's a few here that you could use for the sides of sofas and stuff. You know, benches and sofas. Bookcases. Actually has a custom, you know, of the new bookcase. Enchanting table. Here's your beds. Now this is one of my favorite things in the pack because each of these beds has different geometry to it. Most of them do at least, are different enough from each other. Not just the pattern on the bed itself, but we got some that are, you know, partially see-through, and we got some with fancy iron or gold headboards and footboards. And this one's just like some sort of ritual altar. Crafting tables and villager job tables. Here's furnaces, anvils and grindstones, cauldrons. Here's your chests. The end chest is kind of like a barnacle covered, like it's been on a sunken pirate ship for the last 100 years. Barrels, jukeboxes and note blocks. I like that the jukebox is kind of one of those automatic organs. Empty armor stand, beacon, bell, iron bars. I'm breezing through some of this stuff. Paintings. I like when a pack has some wall decor as some of the paintings instead of just paintings. This one has weapons on a rack as well and a clock, which is always cool. I will be having to add some, I'm going to have to build upward some more locations for paintings once the new paintings are fully out, because there are new paintings coming. item frames, rails. Here's your custom minecart geometry and your TNT. I don't have a standalone TNT currently. Just the one that's in the minecart, but that's okay. Redstone stuff. So you can see that this one's got some interesting textures on these. Pistons and sticky pistons. Pottery. Now the pottery is special in this pack because it's all different. This is the first one that has a unique pattern for each pottery piece, which I like to see because, you know, they're nice decorations. Like I wouldn't mind having this one in my world. Scaffolding. Okay, let's head back. Oh, by the way, here's the merchant. Hold on, move his llamas out of the way. Move, llama. Move, I want to see the merchant. Here's the merchant since he escaped from his enclosure. And the custom llama models. Okay, let's look at some armors. Leather, chainmail, iron. You know, there's different geometry for a lot of these. They're like it said in the description of the pack. They have custom armors, which is very nice to see. Here's your elytra. And the turtle shell is like a scuba helmet, which I think is cool. And the, you know, the trident is a spear. There's the bow. Here's some armor trims, which do have custom patterns and so forth, and different geometry on some of the helmets and whatnot. These are all armor with amethyst, as always. I wanted it to be universal. Each of these is an iron armor with amethyst in a different pattern for the armor trim. Pretty cool. I like some of these helmets. Hello, Mr. B. Let's look at some items. Here's your weapons and tools. Some arrows. There's the compass and the map. The map may be the same in all of these worlds because I don't know if it if there's ever going to be a map that looks different. There's the elytra again. Some food items. I'm not entirely sure what these are. Could these be like music discs or something? I think that's what they might be, actually. I'm not positive. Buckets of stuff. Gems and ores and whatnot. Okay, let's go look at the mobs. Now this is a big selling point in this pack. The fact that each mob has a custom 3D model for each of them. Here's the chicken. The bee. Here's the cow. Cow is kind of a woolly yak type cow. Pig. Sheep. All of the default critters are pretty cute. The wolf. Here's a polar bear. Get a better look at his face. Here's the ocelot and the cat. The ocelot is pretty wild. That's pretty cool. Mushroom. The bat. Now this is special because this is the first time a pack has been updated recently enough to have a custom bat for the instead of having the new default bat model like the previous ones had. And he's a pretty big boy too. The parrot. And the parrots, the different colors of parrots are actually different birds, which I think is pretty cool. That's pretty special. The rabbits are these weird looking, almost beaked They almost look like they have bird beaks, but that's supposed to be their little noses. Interesting alien-looking rabbits. The llamas. Oh, what am I inside of? It's a cow. The horses, which I'm not as big of a fan of in this pack. I'm not sure what I dislike about these horses, but this is probably my least favorite model in the whole texture pack. The donkey and the mule. The skeleton horse. And zombie horse. It's a cow in with the zombie horse. I hope that's not a problem. Here's your tropical fish, which we will have to dive into the water to see better. Pretty cool. Here's the cod. And the puffer fish. Now, the first time that I recorded this, the puffer fish were actually puffing up at the time when I recorded it. They're not terribly exciting, but you know, I don't want to punch them, but you can get a better look at them when they're not puffed up. Salmon have big fish scales on them. The dolphin, which is currently still staying spawned in, which is good. See a couple of dolphins in there. Sea turtle, which is I think is a pretty rad looking model. He's got a long tail. Very different from the default sea turtle. Here's the panda, which is a funny looking critter. Looks like some sort of fat rabbit critter instead of an actual panda, but you know, I like him. He's kind of cute. The fox, also a cute fox. The creeper, which is a strange looking creeper. He's different from usual. Enderman, which I keep spawning in and they keep escaping, but he's an eldritch looking, you know, Cthulhian, Star Child, Lovecraftian monster. There's just going to be a bunch of Endermen running around in this world by the end of it. Silverfish, which are like little spiders. Sorry if you're afraid of spiders. There's more spiders than usual in this pack. Here's the skeleton. Oh, come on, skeleton. Face over here. There you go. There's the bony boy. The wither skeleton, which looks kind of like a naga. He's a, you know, snake person. Lizard or snake person. Stray. Pretty cool. I'm not sure how to describe him, but he looks different from usual. The slime. The ever pesky slime. The spider and cave spider. They are indeed spidery. The zombie. You can see they have their arms out in front of them at all times. Zombie piglins, which are kind of dwarfs, you know, like Lord of the Rings dwarves. I'm listening to the Lord of the Rings audiobook right now, so this is relevant to my interests currently. Husk, which is a mummy. The drowned, which are these cool-looking seahorse-like merman critters instead of their usual wet zombie-looking selves. The squid and the glow squid, which is one of the cooler sets of mobs in this pack. Very neat. I like it. The witch, which is a rat person. Here's the guardian and elder guardian. And I don't think that their geometry shifts at all when they're agitated, so I'm not sure how you know when they're about to attack. But they're more fish-like than usual. The endermite, which I will have to spawn in. It's this weird alien bug-looking critter. The magma cube, which is this strange little frog guy in this pack. not very cube-like. The Strider, which are kind of mechanoid spider things, or mechanoid crab, whatever you want to call them. They're more spider-like than crab-like, I guess. But pretty cool. The Zoglin, which is zombified hoglins, and they are, instead of being hog-like, they are like a cockatrice, which are fire-breathing chickens in mythology. Zombie piglins and zombie piglin brutes, which are dwarves again. The goat, which this one actually has, there's one in here that has one horn, and you can actually see that it does in fact have one horn. The axolotl, which are kind of weird little water iguanas or little dragons in this pack, which is pretty cool. The LAs, which are fairies, appropriately enough. And you'll notice there's no Vlay in my texture pack world because I can't seem to contain them. They keep flying through solid objects and killing my villagers. So I just got rid of them and don't have them. Here's the frog. Here is the wandering trader and his llamas, but we already looked at him elsewhere. The camel, which has a unique texture, unique geometry in this pack, like everything else. A blaze, which are these kind of flying fiery demon looking critters in this pack. I was hoping to get a better look at his face. There you go. That's what they look like. Here's the Ghast, which is kind of a fire-breathing dragon. Appropriately enough, I suppose, instead of looking like a ghost. More fantasy-like. Shulkers. Pop out of your shell, Shulker. There he goes. The Vindicator, which is the lizard man in this pack. Very cool. And the Evoker, also a lizard man, just kind of a lizard necromancer. Here are some of the villagers. These are deer people villagers. There are other kinds as well. You can see that they look pretty cool. Big fan of deer people. Zombie villagers, which are, darker zombie deer people. The Phantom, which is more true to its name than usual. If he'll quit looking at the ceiling and come down a little bit, you'd be able to see that he is like a ghost with chains coming off of his arms. Oh, come on, buddy. Be a bro. Come on down. Oh, well. Anyway. Pillagers, which are evil lizard people. Here's the Ravager, which is a cool dragon-like guy. Or dinosaur-like guy, whatever you want to call him. Iron golems and damaged iron golems. The more damaged they are, the less golden they are. They lose their shine. The snow golem, which is kind of like a yeti with a pumpkin hat, which is cute. And the sniffer, which is kind of a one of those star-nosed moles, which is pretty cute. All right, let's go check out the end. The nether and then the end. Here we are in the nether. Here's what the nether portal looks like. It has a custom animation to it. See some lava down there. Some striders in their natural habitat, and some more of the lava, the magma cubes. Which are, here's a really big one for you. You didn't get a good look at him before. There was a Ghast in here somewhere last time. Guess it flew off. Yeah, that's what the nether looks like. There he is. There's the Ghast. Okay, let's go check out the end. Here we are in the stronghold below default, template world that I use to show off the end, as well as a snow village. Here's what, villagers' houses will look like in this texture pack in snow villages. And I thought we'd fly off in this direction a little bit. I did this earlier as well, just to show you what more of this world looks like. There's another village over here with some slightly different buildings. Okay. This is what ice looks like as well. Since you didn't get to... I don't think I have ice in the other texture world. But we've got some here. Here are some of the other villagers. They're kind of, elves or, orcs, I guess. They're more orc-like than elf-like. But that's what they look like. I think it's based on the biome. Into the stronghold! Down we go. There's no way to speed up climbing down a ladder, I guess. Other than just removing the ladders that I put there altogether. Follow the torches. So yes, if you like the look of this world, not necessarily just with this texture pack, but I mean if you like the layout of this world and want easy access to an end portal that, you can easily assemble, then it's one of the default templates at present. Here's the end portal. Let's jump in. Some more of these creepy Endermen. Let's get a look at that Ender Dragon, shall we? Hey, stay put. Well, while you're flying around, I'm going to look at the End Crystal. Because I need to show these off. That's the End Crystal. Okay, here's the End Dragon, which is a very detailed and gnarly looking dragon. Very cool. Overall, I really like this texture pack. I think this is one of the better texture packs that I've seen. And it's more expensive, of course, but I think you're getting a lot for what you're paying. And if you're looking for a texture pack that will keep Minecraft in the fantasy genre but make it look very different, then I think that this is a good texture pack for you. Especially if you don't mind having kind of a huge file size. Like, that's the other downside of this pack. But other than that, it's pretty cool. I would definitely give this one 5 stars. They've earned 5 stars. I look forward to trying out their other 2 texture packs that this company has made at some point in the future as well. I'm not going to buy them right now because, they're more pricey, and I would like to actually play with this one for a little while first. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please like and subscribe, because I will be doing more of these. And I do regular Let's Play videos as well. Sometimes Minecraft, sometimes other games. And I've got one of those set to release pretty soon. It's already done. I just delayed the launch. But yeah, so stick around, and thanks for joining me. Peace. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share.